Welcome to our Thursday devotion. I'm not really a fan of TV sport, apart that is from Springbok rugby and particularly World Cup rugby. I love the build-up to the competition, to see the ads on TV, which are obviously these proud sponsors of the Springbok team. Many of them bring a lump to my throat. And then I love to see Siya Kolisi and the team out on the field singing their hearts out when they sing the national anthem. Proudly South African. I like the whole build-up before the game. To see the crowds arriving, see people with their faces painted and crazy outfits. And then the referee calls the two captains out into the tunnel. And he offers them a coin and says, heads or tails, and someone gets to choose who kicks off or who defends which end of the field. And that reminds me of the story that we have this week out of Matthew, where the Pharisees, of course, are still trying to trap Jesus into saying paying taxes or obeying the rulers of the day is a bad thing. And they sort of ask him whether tax should be paid. And he asks them to show him a coin. What's interesting is that Jesus doesn't pull a coin out from his pocket. But the Pharisees do. And I'm sure most of them do have one of these silver denarius. And I must apologize because I had wanted to Google before making this devotion what would have been inscribed on the coin next to that, a magnificent profile of Augustus Caesar or Tiberius or one of the emperors. But it would have said something like, Augustus Caesar, ruler of the world, God. So when Jesus gets shown this coin, he says, whose name is inscribed, whose face is inscribed? And they have to say, well, that's Caesar. So he says, render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that belong to God. What the Pharisees don't realize, and Jesus is so well aware of, is that Caesar is in position only because God put him there. God is in control of the whole world. Although perhaps in these times that we're living in right now, we may not see that. But we do feel his comfort and his love around us. The other interesting passage this week is out of Exodus, where Moses tells God, he's up a mountain as usual, and he says to God, when we go up from this place, please don't send us unless you're going with us. Because how will people know that you love us and care for us? And so he asks to see God's glory. Every morning now, or every morning, but particularly now as summer starts coming, we see the sun coming up in the early morning. The colors change in the sky. There might be the morning star. The moon might still be up. But we see God's creation all around us. And in our community at Hillcrest Methodist Church, when we get together, or when we're on the phone, or we're on a WhatsApp group, or we're watching a devotion, we are reminded that we are family, that we are together, that we are under God's protection. And earlier this week, Merle did an amazing devotion with the different names for God. But all we need to know is that he cares for us, that he loves us, that he wants what's best for us. So right now, we want to lift up all those people in the Middle East, Israel, Palestine, all the people involved in the peace efforts, just protecting the people. We just want to pray for sanity to prevail. We want to pray for peace. We want to pray for, just calm. We want to pray for love. We want to pray for an end to hate. So as we sit in the comfort of our homes, everywhere else in the world, let's think of those who perhaps don't even have a home anymore. Let's lift up our grateful prayers, saying thank you, but also saying, Lord, help those who cannot help themselves. So ask that this be a blessed day for you. And may we see you all on Sunday at Hillcrest Methodist for the early service before the Amashova race at 7:30. We will be meeting. May God bless you all. Amen.